We are on, Body Buds. I'm CoachKristyJo. I am the author of The Power Foods Lifestyle, and today we have a very exciting announcement because the next 28-day keto challenge is open for enrollment. So we are now enrolling. The challenge will start a week from this Friday. So you can check that out later. But right now, I need to help you understand some importance of meal timing. Okay, so many questions come in about, well, should I be doing 1 meal a day? Should I be doing intermittent fasting? Should I be doing 6 small meals per day? Should I be doing 3 just round meals a day? And everyone's super confused, and I totally get that you're super confused because I would be confused if I didn't have the education and all of the experience that I did. So I'm going to break it down for you and help you feel very confident in the right approach for you, because that's what this whole thing's about. Together, we put on our detective hats and we are going to find what the best approach for you is, because how your food enters your body, some people may say it doesn't really matter, just like eat, and just don't think too hard. But guess what? No, that's not it, because your body and your mind are so interconnected that the way you think and the way you experience emotions absolutely matters and will impact the way that your meal timing will be successful or not. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And feel free to ask any questions as I go along. I've got a really cool visual that's going to help you make sense of it all in just a second. But I just want to say to everyone out there, and maybe none of you are out there that feel this way, but in case there's one of you, I need to say that I totally get it when you're in a place of being so frustrated. And you need to make changes in your body. You need to make changes in your health and your behavior. And you feel like you're your own worst enemy. You keep sabotaging your efforts. You're confused by all the information, sometimes so paralyzed that you just don't make a change. And then you're like, well, back to my old habits. So if you're in that space, I just want to say, I get you. I see you. And my heart goes out to you, because it's a kind of crappy place to be. But I think together, if we put our heads together, we can really move through some things. And I hope that by the end of today, you will feel inspired to take a small step of action. And maybe for you, that's not the challenge, and that's perfectly fine. But for you, I want a baby step. I want a little improvement. If that's eating literally one more baby carrot than you did yesterday because yesterday you had none, do it. If it's eating one more stalk of celery, if it's saying no to the whole donut and cutting it in half, all of these are baby step wins that we want to look for you to gain confidence. And that is our goal today. So as we dive into deeper topics of discussion like meal timing, don't let this overwhelm you. Let's take a very simple-minded approach. I like to pretend like we're all a bunch of 7-year-olds sitting in a room. Let's keep it simple so we can get to some solutions. Do you guys think that's a good approach? Okay, so I have this visual here. Now, oh, my ring light. My ring light always does this. It's like a little beacon of Tinkerbell. Okay, that's coming off. Goodbye, ring light. There goes my extra little, they say on the marketing, they say this erases your fine lines. Does it work? Nah. Oh, I didn't even have it turned up all the way. Okay, back to business. Okay, my friends, let's start here in the middle, because intermittent fasting is a super, super hot topic right now. So I just want you to ignore the other bubbles. We're only looking at this. So intermittent fasting, a very basic way to describe it, is that we're going to be fasting for approximately 16 hours and eating during an 8-hour window. So for many people, that's noon to 8 they're eating, and that's a 12 o'clock, a 4 o'clock, and an 8 o'clock. Now, the good thing about doing my challenge is I take the guesswork out of, well, within that window of time, what should I be eating? How much of it should I be eating? What portion size? I take that part out, so all you have to do is fit what I've told you to eat within the window that works for you. So that is one of the benefits of doing the challenge. But I think you'll learn, even if you don't do the challenge, some principles that you can learn from. All right, we have a 12-hour shift. Tataki says, where I don't have a set schedule for lunch, it's hard for me to do small meals now. Perfect. And you know what? Our lives change so much. And so being able to adapt and having the tools of how to quickly adapt to a new change in our schedule, totally fine. So I would encourage you to listen and just think, okay, which one of these sounds like the best for me right now in my life? And then we just take all our principles we know from eating well and the Power Foods Lifestyle Training. And I hope you guys have been here with me on videos and podcasts and all the blogs, whether you're totally new here, whether you've been here with me for years. I hope that you will apply some of those principles into the meal timing training. Okay. So I guarantee you're going to find something that's going to work for you. But the key is putting on that detective hat of you're neither right nor wrong. No matter what marketing you're seeing out there that people make you feel like you're wrong. If you don't do their way, you're not wrong, because the key is sustainability comes from doing what's right for you. And all of this is going to help your body to feel good. All of this is going to help your body restore and to lose body fat if that's your goal, or to gain muscle if that's your goal. Again, what fills the meal timing is really important. I take the guesswork out of that part. So let's move on. So intermittent fasting, like 3 meals. So 12, 4, and 8 o'clock. Okay, that can be a really good thing. I'm going to describe the person it's really good for and the person it's really bad for. It's really good for somebody who is working, let's say, like a 12-hour shift. Okay. Now, guess what? You're working a night shift. Guess what? This could be your first meal is at 10 p.m. and then your next meal is, how many hours later is that? 4 hours. So then it would be 2 a.m. and then a 6 a.m. and then you don't eat again. Now, of course, there's an adaptation window. You're going to be hungry the first few days as your body is learning this new style and this new pattern. But your body will adapt. Our bodies are pretty freaking powerful and pretty awesome. So that is an option for you. Other people who do 12-hour shifts actually fast during their shift. Now that can be tricky. A lot of people talk about needing their black coffee, or even just like a little bit of like green tea or some yerba mate, just something sustainably to keep them going. So that may be something you need to think through if you're gonna fast during your 12-hour shift and then have your eating window when you're not working. Okay, let's talk about this one now. So this, some people know this as, well, this is my variation. Have you guys heard of the snake diet? The snake diet's where you just eat 1 meal a day. And so that would be even just choosing one time of day and that's all you eat. But this one's 2 meals a day, 1 to 4 p.m. Okay, so 1 p.m. and a 4 p.m. Could you do 2 meals a day? Absolutely. Some benefits of this and this, where you're seeing a little bit more black during this fasting window. A beautiful process is going on in the cells and helping to cleanse your body, helping to get rid of a lot of the waste products. The breakdown of cells is constantly happening, but not until our body has a break from that digestion do we really get a chance to move through that. That's one reason why doing a full 24-hour fast once a month is a very powerful practice. Some people like to do just once every week, but I think even once a month is a wonderful addition to anyone's nutrition lifestyle. So this could be for you if you are someone that really despises eating. You don't have time for eating, like you could care less, you have zero emotional connection to food, you have way better things in your life to do than eat, and it's really a burden to you to have to eat. This could be perfect for you, or you're just too busy. Okay, this would probably be bad. Both of these I would say are very bad for somebody who feels they are over-connected to food. Somebody with my past, okay, who is constantly thinking about food, really loves food. It's borderline on the emotional eating side, compulsion, times like that, or things like that. If you're experiencing any of that, I'd be very careful about fasting, because what it can do, you can get through it, but then it can trigger some binge eating that's uncontrolled and some compulsive eating during the window. And we don't want to see that. We want to see that during the the eating window, that it's very controlled. Okay. So let's move on. This one is a 7 to 5. This is just 3 square meals a day. Can you see this? Okay, so 3 square meals a day would be like a 7 a.m. you eat breakfast, 12 p.m. you eat lunch, 5 p.m. you come home from work and you eat dinner, and you're done. And guess what? If you're getting the amount of nutrients, protein, carbs, fats, macronutrients, and micronutrients, which are your vitamins and your minerals, in the caloric amount that your body needs to either maintain weight, lose weight, or gain weight, if like gaining muscle is your goal, then that's going to be perfectly fine for you. If that's the pattern that works best for you and you can stick with it, wonderful. Okay, now this one is what the original Power Foods lifestyle was, but I've since expanded it, as you can see here, in the past 3 or 4 years. And so originally, because this is what I found most people could stick to. This is what most people on the long term of sustainability could do. And this is eating small, frequent meals. So let's say 6 small meals a day. Someone wakes up at 5:30, they're eating meal 1 at 6, the next meal at 9, the next meal at 12, the next meal at 3, next meal at 6, next meal at 9, or some variation of that, every meal about 2.5 to 3 hours apart. And that window can work really well for people who really love to eat, people who look forward to their meal, need meals to kind of compartmentalize their joy in their life, people who like to have little rewards along the path of the day. That's me. I like to reward myself for every 2 to 3 hour chunk of work I do. I'm like, woo, another meal, cool. But these are smaller. Again, every single one of these meal timings in my 28-day challenge should be the exact same macronutrients and calories. So does that mean you're going to be feeling very full right here? Yeah. But guess what? Your body's going to adapt, and that's going to get you through this fasting window. Same thing here. Will your body adapt? Will you ever feel overly full? No, because you need to be ready to eat by the next time that the eating window comes around, right? Okay, our final window here. So this is you're eating 4 meals. This one works well for a lot of moms, okay? Because they're busy in the morning. They're getting their kids ready to head out the door. I guess I should differentiate because there's many season of moms, right? I'd say season of moms who are with younger children under the age of 10 years old, that you're getting ready, you're feeding, you're dressing, and all of that. So these women, you finally get the kids out the door. First meal is at 10. Then you have a late lunch at 1. Then you have a snack while you're running kids around from all the soccer practices and choir practices and dance classes and all that sort of stuff. And then you have a dinner at 8 o'clock. And then you're done. This could work really well for that type of person. This doesn't work well for someone who hates eating. This does not work well for someone who hates eating. A person, you put them on small, frequent meals, and they're like, this is such a burden to constantly be thinking about food. If you are constantly thinking about food and doing this is the wrong strategy for you. You should be doing something more along these lines. So I hope this visual helps you guys gain a little more confidence. Again, it's not about being right or wrong. It's about finding the right approach for you. And so when people are saying, oh, that didn't work for me, or that diet didn't work for me, or that approach didn't work for me, you need to use better vernacular than that. That particular approach didn't work for my mindset, for my lifestyle, for my expectations of myself, for my emotional attachment to food. Because guess what? I really think that most nutrition strategies out there can work. Of course, we have to tweak, make sure principles are correct, make sure you're getting the micronutrients you need. That's one thing that I love about my challenges and helping you guys to feel confident that you are getting the things that you need. So when you sign up for the keto challenge, it's 28 days, you're going to get this. It comes in a PDF. So if you want it to look nice like mine, you need to take it to the printer. So you're going to get your grocery list. You're going to get your exchange foods. You're going to get the places that I recommend dining out, your fast grab foods. And then here come the meals. Okay, so they look like this. I have a picture in there, how to make it, the exact portions, and then I have even recipe demos. So that was just 1 week. Recipe demos that are just done under 60 seconds, just sped up, just showing you how it's done. So you're like, oh my gosh, even if you've never cooked before, you're gonna feel very, very confident that you can do it. Because the fact is, guys, if I can cook foods, and I've been practicing for years, but here, let me give you an example. I know it's hard to sometimes follow a recipe because the other day I was going to go on some visits in our neighborhood with my husband and he was like, let's make some cupcakes. And I was like, I haven't baked a cupcake in like 8+ years. So I bought a mix, which was super foreign to me. I was like, ooh, okay, we can do this. We can do this. And I didn't read it properly because I just thought, oh, this should be pretty intuitive. And I ended up pouring 24 cupcakes worth of batter into a tin of 12. And so as you can imagine, it completely overflowed. I ended up with mushroom top muffins. I ended up cutting off the top once it was baked and frosted them and everything. We took them on our visits. That was fine. But, we're all going to go through those little mishaps. We're all going to have to learn how to cook new foods and try new things. And I think that's the challenge is going to give you that confidence of trying a new way of cooking, trying a new way of pairing foods that you didn't think of. And so I invite you guys to come and join me. So again, all that information is going to be at powerfoodslifestyle.com/keto challenge. You will see me talking quite a bit about it in the next few days. Just stay tuned if you are interested. And if you're not interested, there still will be some great information coming. Keto isn't for everyone. But if it's for you, then the best way to know if it's for you, go read my page about it. Okay? Go over to powerfoodslifestyle.com/keto challenge and read. Because it can be a wonderful 28-day reset for your body. It can be a great way to reintroduce a positive mindset about carbs as we introduce them back into your life. Keto isn't, in my belief, a long-term lifestyle for 99% of people. Okay. For the majority of people, we use it as a pathway to healing. We use it as a reset hormonally, as a reset psychologically, as a really wonderful way to reduce insulin levels, to get a little bit dramatically accelerated results. But again, you have to have that pathway back into some form of moderated carb eating, because for the majority of people, a keto lifestyle where you just abandon all carbs is not going to be sustainable. And we go for sustainability here. Yes, at times there will be more of an aggressive approach due to the fact that we need to be aggressive if we're going to make changes. If you're at a place in your life that you need to make changes, you're feeling frustrated, you've just come back from the doctor, you've got those elevated LDL, triglyceride, and total cholesterol numbers, and you know your insulin levels are high, your A1C, you know that your weight is not at a place it should be for your health. I mean, if it's a confidence thing, yeah, let's work on that too, but your health. Are you kidding? Like, that's your number one asset in life, is your vehicle. And I get that it's such a totally torrential journey mentally to get to that place where you're like humble and willing to submit to the fact that, yeah, you need to make a change. It totally sucks. But at the same time, when you have that courage and you step into it and you just embrace it and say, you know what? We all have stuff to work on. I'm going to do this. Let's go. Then that's wonderful. So it's really cool because you can be in the Facebook group with everybody. It's a great community. I do have 3 phases of challenge. The hope is you'll move from phase 1 to phase 2 to phase 3 and allow me to help you reintroduce those carbs strategically. But even if you just do phase 1 and you do my education to train yourself back into keto and you want to do that on your own, that's perfectly fine too. So again, that's it. I hope that meal timing thing here, if you didn't screenshot this, I want you guys to screenshot this. Okay, I'm gonna hide my face. Let me make sure it's centered. 1, 2, ready, screenshot. Okay, just kidding, I'll be in it. All right, I hope that's helpful. If you learned something, will you please comment below? That really helps me to know what is good information, what I should skip over. If something struck you in a new way today, please leave a comment below. I really love to come back and read those. So I will talk with you guys again soon. powerfoodslifestyle.com/keto challenge. Power your body one meal, one workout, one day at a time.